Jai Hind everyone. In part of our career transition series, today we have invited another accomplished veteran, Colonel Tarun Vohra. Sir is an ex-gunner. He commanded a rocket regiment, and he had a very illustrious and splendid career while he was in Forge. Has been an instructor grading officer. Was responsible for being an instructor and coaching cadets in the Indian Military Academy. Then he is also staff college qualified. Besides that, he got two commendation cards, one while in CI operations in an RR battalion, and later when he was commanding his regiment, which he had a fairly long extended command, the regiment was selected for the chief commendation. So overall, a professional of focus, hard work, and attention to detail. And then he moved on from Forge. He decided to take a call, a deliberate call, and decided to move on. And then he was again, after his PMR, one of the rare officers who was directly absorbed in an L7 role in Amazon in the mid-mile delivery operations role. He was with Amazon for 3 odd years, shifted gears, and is right now in a national role with one of the most respected startups, which is also a unicorn. Rather, in fact, they are moving to a double unicorn status now, and he is heading their HR function, responsible for providing the much needed HR support. So today he joins us, and we'll be asking him a mix of questions, some professional, some personal, some which are going to be more particular to the armed forces transition. So welcome to today's talk, Tarun sir.
Thank you, Vipul. Thank you so very much. And Jai Hind, everyone. It's always good to be back in your fraternity and tell whatever things which you faced. Not an easy journey for all of us. I can understand all those folks who are transitioning right now, all those who are in service, all who are thinking, right? We'll talk about the journey as Vipul will take it through. Uh, that's it, Vipul.
तो एक वो ऐड आता था माउंटेन ड्यू का कि डर के आगे जीत है, थोड़ा बहुत तो लगेगा, इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ द जर्नी.
डर बहुत जरूरी है विपुल. अगर डर नहीं होगा ना तो मैं दैट विल नॉट गिव यू दैट प्रोपेल टू वर्क अहेड. फाइन, वो डर जरूरी है क्योंकि मेरे को चाहिए नौकरी यार. I have to move on, and I'm moving into a kind of a world where I've never been in life. I'll tell you, how we moved into it. What are the things which I did? If you want, Vipul, I can bring it out right now, or if you have a question for that, I can bring it out. What was, how I traversed my journey, how I did this particular thing. That is it.
No, go ahead, sir. Please don't break the flow.
Fine. So, folks, I'm calling you folks क्योंकि ना कॉर्पोरेट में क्या होता है, अगर हम गाइस बोले ना तो कहते हैं डाइवर्सिटी नहीं आ रही है. Folks के अंदर everybody is included, male and female all, right? So, as I said, it was not easy. It was kind of and this is for everybody. What all of you have to do is a carpet bombardment. See, I commanded a rocket regiment. There was a salvo which we used to fire. Okay, there's a carpet bombardment which you have to do. Now, how you have to do your carpet bombardment is firstly, one is on a professional platform like a LinkedIn. Okay, build it up that. When I started in 2019, in September 2019, or I think Jan 2020, maybe my LinkedIn account would have come out quite well. Today, I almost have about 22K followers on LinkedIn, and these particular followers are not only the people from military who are transitioning, all the folks who require a job. They are people who are very well known in the industry. How you have to make your embark on that, you have to sell yourself. You have to make a brand of yourself on LinkedIn. I'll also say, please do not, this is my own personal view, do not oversell yourself on the LinkedIn कि मैं हर एक दिन के अंदर I will start posting 2 or 3 posts. Whatever and whichever is your passion, start posting some posts on that. I had a passion on leadership part. So if you see, I used to post everything after about 14 to 21 days, something on the leadership, something, which is from military to corporate also, which is helping our people to understand what exactly we do in military and how it, correlates with the corporate world. So that was something which I did. Second is your networking. Now, networking is not only कि भाई networking करूँगा तो मेरे को सीधा job मिल जाएगी. Yeah, if I'm doing networking, it is only for the job. And how you are going to do the networking? As I said, all of us would have friends who are in civil who are doing extremely well. Start speaking to them. Your relatives who are there, please start speaking to them. The people who are from military who have moved into the corporate and who are doing well and who are quite, even who have joined recently, start working with them. There will be networking events which would be happening. There would be some groups which would be happening. Okay, get into those groups. And every day make it up. I tell you, LinkedIn पे मैं अगर ना उस टाइम पे मैं 500 मैसेज भेजता था ना, 500 में से मे बी अबाउट 10 or 15 यूज्ड टू रिप्लाई बैक टू मी, and वो भी 10 or 15 में 2 or 3 would say, okay Tarun, send me your CV. I used to send the CV. The things may materialize, may not materialize. Even I would have felt bad about it कि okay, I was doing such a fun चीज थी, मैं वो यहाँ पे आके कोई मेरे को पूछ भी नहीं रहा. But then this is the things I need to work on it, right? You have to change your mindset also. When I say the changing your mindset, understand that just imagine somebody from the corporate coming into the Fauji world, somebody who's put in about 10 years, like a short service officer, PMR 21 years, somebody who's getting superannuated 30 years plus of service, coming into the forge, it is absolutely going to be new for him or her. Similarly, when we are moving out, of course, we carry with us with that 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years of experience of leadership and everything. But we need to learn the nitty-gritty. So keep an open mind, start learning. Another thing, Vipul is calling me sir. We are in the same fraternity. But all sirs and ma'ams are out. You'll find, when I was doing this particular course at IFT, you will find, young boys and girls in 20s, 5s and 30s, they will start calling you by name. It's absolutely fine. आप भी अपने आप को थोड़ा young feel करोगे. It's good enough. ठीक है. और जब आप ऐसे courses करते हो, in case if you are doing a particular course at the DGR courses, or you're doing an executive management course, or you're doing any kind of particular course, do not keep yourself limited to only to that course. If people over here are doing the DGR courses, there are other courses also running in that institute. There will be PGP course which would be running over there. There will be MBA students who are freshers, they're doing this particular course. Interact with them, interact with the placement committee, interact with the professors over there. Build up your network, build up your brand. Ladies and gentlemen, today also, after 4 years, when I go back to IFT to take a lecture, I meet all the professors. Believe you me, they still remember me, and they still say, Tarun, can you come and take another guest lecture from this thing also? It's good. Na? कभी ये तो नहीं है कि काम हो रहा है. I should say, kudos to Vipul. The kind of work which he is doing is for entire fraternity of us, and we all are getting linked to each other. Keep on doing this particular stuff. It will help you all, folks. 100%. At the same time, one more thing, learning mindset. Certifications, they're going to help you. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is nothing. It's like it is no zero error syndrome. फौज में होता है ना, हमारे यहाँ होता है, everything होता है. But what it helps us out is, to understand the corporate, the world. The corporate की dictionary क्या है, क्या use कर रहे हैं, what is DMAIC, ठीक है, what are the things which is using. Prince 2 is like a project management. All of us would have done so many projects here. Somebody from engineers would have done a kind of a project of a building. Somebody would have done some other kind of a project. Air Force people would have done, Navy people would have done. ठीक है, do that. Learn one more thing. मैं रात को बीच में ना मेरा टीम निकल जाता है विपुल, क्योंकि वो कॉर्पोरेट में आ गया ना, तो टीम वर्ड आ जाता है. तो रात को टीम आई यूज्ड टू रात को 2-2 बजे तक जाके आई यूज्ड टू लर्न ऑन यूट्यूब आई यूज्ड टू लर्न एक्सेल. हमें कभी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी ना कभी पिवट लगाने की, क्या करने की. मैं पिवट सीखता था, हाउ टू पुट अ पिवट. When you are a CEO, you have almost about 14-15 odd clerks. People used to be there, get PowerPoint and get everything done. But having said that, Excel is the important thing, very, very important thing. Please learn it for everyone. We learn it either on YouTube, take a particular course from wherever you want to take it, from whomever you want to take it. But please learn it. It is going to be a bread and butter. Google Sheets, all these things are going to help. द माइनर इरिटेंट्स क्या आते थे जब मैं अमेजोन में आया, फौज में आया. ये जो हम गूगल की टॉक कर रहे हैं, हम इसके ऊपर कर रहे हैं, अभी ये वर्चुअल कॉल कर रहे हैं, इसी में लगता था कैसे बोलना है, क्या करना है. ठीक है, वो मेल लिखनी होती थी, हम सोचते रह जाते थे. हमें तो डाक देखनी ना, पेपर में पेन पे साइन करते थे. एवरीथिंग इज ऑन लैपटॉप, एवरीथिंग इज ऑन कंप्यूटर. Start getting accustomed to all this thing. Start getting used to being a paperless stuff. Start getting used to all these video calls. Start getting used to all this particular stuff. Okay, it will help you out. Start preparing for your interviews. Don't lose whatever Forge has taught you. Yeah, our basic principles, something which you'll have to share it out, which I already bought it out. I think I've spoken enough, Vipul. After
I'll pick up on that thread itself जो आपने लास्ट में बात कही जो फौज ने सिखाया और मैं उसको रिलेट करूंगा जो आपने पहले एक बात कही उससे and the question would be something like this: what are those strengths, the qualities, the which we bring while or rather to say which are assessed during the SSB, and then the trainable skills which Forge imparts in everyone. And when I say Forge, it's across the board. I would say Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guards, and the entire CAPS and all. And how do they help in the roles which you have done till now? Especially, let's say I'll uh, point out a particular situation. You joined Amazon on 16th, you were not aware, and within a week, 10 days, there was a nationwide corona lockdown, and you were in a in a functional role where you were responsible for deliveries, which
yeah,
implies that nothing was working and you had to work. So, what did you carry from Forge? What was that strength which made you perform? What were, or rather, what were those strengths? Because we all have a similar OLQ structure.
see, I'll answer your question in two parts. So first, when I was with Amazon, I was after 6 months in Amazon. I think 6 to 9 months. I was also the president of the India Warriors Board. When they say the president of the India Warriors Board, we have a global Warriors Board at Amazon, which helps in the transition of military veterans. And when I say military veterans, not only from Army, Navy, Air Force, paramilitary forces, spouses, and everyone, which help in the transition part, right? Because we had this MOUs which were being signed with the DGR and so on and so forth, which we used to get people over here. Over there, our endeavor was, हमारा क्या फौजी mindset होता है कि anybody who comes in from a फौजी ना, he will be very good in admin and security. There are so many fields. There is operation, there is program management, project management, financial management, advertisement, so and so many fields which are the SLP, which you can which all of us have forte into and we can get into. So what Forge makes us is a generalist. And as I said, I'll be guys, I'll be more candid about it. Okay, we become more generalist. So it is for me operation. It is not only operations. As a CO people over here or any battery commander, squad leader, anybody, we would be looking into a lot of things. Okay. Now, coming to your question, Vipul, what are the things which carried me through? I should say everything. Starting from a dedication of work which we have, the honesty, and the all the in fact all the officer-like qualities which have been taught to us. Carry them. Only thing, the most important thing, which we need to change ourselves is having that mindset. And the mindset, when I say it, when we are in corporate, we are not colonels. I always tell everybody, okay, I am, I always uh, put my colonel always in front of my name, right? Uh, carry the rank, but do not carry the weight of the rank. Okay. So if I am a colonel, I always remain a colonel. Somebody gave me, the president gave me this thing. But I do not carry the weight of the rank. Similarly, all the folks over here do not carry the weight of whatever rank which we are having. That's one. Second is having a mindset of learning from the others. Operations, middle mile operations. पता नहीं the first mile क्या होता है, middle mile क्या होता है, last mile क्या होता है. How the supply chain works कुछ नहीं पता था. हमारे लिए operation totally different था. तो जिस चीज को हमें सीखना था उस टाइम पे वो कोविड आ गया. Imagine the sortation center which I was looking into, it had a capacity of almost about 1 lakh packages at that time. And because COVID came, the reverse leg shipment, that is, the customers which they said, okay, these shipments have to go back because they were not getting delivered to the customers. They all, and my sortation center was doing 12% of the reverse leg shipments. Imagine 18 lakh shipments coming into that particular warehouse where it is only has a capacity of 1 lakh. Every every day, including Sundays, we were out with my team hunting for big external warehouses where we can store these shipments and get them sent back to the seller. It was a Herculean task. लोग थे नहीं सारे, the workers had gone because of the COVID. But what kept us going was, one is the team spirit, which we all carry it. The second is, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That was the spirit which always keep it in mind. The biggest strength which we have in us is, which we say in a tolerance for ambiguity. Over here in corporate, it's called bias for action. काम आया फटाफट किया करके देखते हैं जो भी देखते हैं एक है ambiguity. There were so many ambiguous situations which were coming in, but we were the ones who were fighting it across. So that has been my journey, and as I said, please carry all your, I'll say, all your professional virtues which we have all learned in 10 years, 15, 20, whatever number of years which we have spent in courses. Having said that, mindset needs to be changed. Learn from each other. Have empathy. Okay, carry that we concept. I'll थोड़ा सा मैं इसमें बोलूँगा, corporate में you will find a lot of I's in life. Okay, I did this, fine enough. You also have to project. We also have to project ourselves. Okay, I did it. But what carries our strength is carrying the team together and getting them to deliver. That is what our strength is, and we should carry it with that. Vipul, I hope I have answered it.
Yes, sir, you have. So I would say that the overall rounded personality which the armed forces officers they start with and that develops over a period of their careers is what, wherein you said bias for action, and in our case it is termed differently, same, but the tasking is same, and we are able to kind of handle that ambiguity and lack of structures because of the internal workings which have developed. My next question, and this is something again, I'm pulling out a thread from what you said, India Warrior Board and all, and I would be grateful if you can kind of detail a bit about the hiring process of Amazon, which might help veterans. How typically is that organized in Amazon?
Okay, Stream, we have a military veteran employment program at Amazon, right? There's a target which is
I'm
given.
sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
I would request if the audience can make a note of this. This is I would say, an information which is actionable immediately. Sir, please.
It is, it is available on Google. All of you can search it. Okay, it's a military veteran employment program which we have at Amazon. It's a globally set. Okay, and there, one more point. We are talking about Amazon, but if you'll find it, just search on Google the companies who are running these kind of programs. You'll find a lot of them, right? There's Google also, which runs through it at a limited scale. There's Amazon who is running it. Flipkart has started it. Okay, then there is Goldman Sachs, which I think the Morgan Stanley, they offer the internship. Wells Fargo, so and so forth. Okay, so every company they have to, we have to get some military veterans. Okay, and that's one. Now, getting prepared for an Amazon interview, firstly, again, understand it all depends on the number of vacancies which we have at the moment. It is not that if the vacancies won't be there, then it would be created. And that is true for any organization. If the vacancy is there, of course, anybody can apply for it. That's one. Second way is, all of us over here, you will have some of your course mates, seniors, juniors, who will be sitting in Amazon. Okay. पक्का हूँ 500 से ऊपर है हमारे पास, आई थिंक बढ़ गए होंगे ऑफिसर्स. सो स्पीक टू देम, टेल देम to look into their particular portal which all vacancies are available, ठीक है, and recommend you over there. There'll be level 5, level 6, level 7. Generally, level 5 is for the short service officers. Levels, but it is not sacrosanct. We have short service officers who have got into level 6 also. Okay. Generally, colonels or lieutenant colonels who are after taking PMR, they get into a level 6, at a level 7 also. So as Vipul brought it out, it was almost after 2.5 years, I was the first one to be picked up as a level 7 by Amazon. Thereafter, more folks came in. So it is not sacrosanct. It depends how we all are same here. We all are same. We all have done the same kind of amount of service and everything. So we all are same. It is also depend up the luck also and the way your interview and everything which goes through and somewhat your own skills, right? So one is find out on the portal which all vacancies are available. Speak to your friend who's there in Amazon. He or she can recommend you inside the particular portal. Once they recommend, you'll get a mail. That mail के ऊपर आपको अपना CV भरना पड़ेगा. You fill that particular CV, and then your interview process is going to start. Now, again for Amazon, the interview process, if you go on Google and everything, you can find it out. Is absolutely given over there. We work on a leadership principles. Okay, there were 14 leadership principles of Amazon erstwhile. There are two more which have been added. There are 16 leadership principles which we have. You'll have to make an example of each leadership principle, of how maybe I'll suggest I used to make two examples each of every particular I'll cut it short. It's called LP, leadership principle. So of each LP and how I'm going to present it. And you have to sell it as a story to the interviewer. You will have 4 to 5 rounds. Every interviewer is going to judge you for 2 to 3 LPs. And this particular LP, when you answer in the interview, get into a star method. Okay. Now, what is a star method? It is the situation, the task, the action, and the results. So whatever example which you are giving, which happened in your professional journey, you are telling a situation. This was a situation. The task in front of me was this. And here I'll tell you, you have to put more of me's, eyes. Okay. The task in front of me was this. This was the action which I took it. These are the steps, and this was the result. Bring out as number of data points which you can bring out, as much of percentage which you can bring out. You got the CSD sales got increased by 20%. Your your instructors in your unit, they increased by 2%. The best thing, so and so. Get the numbers. Okay, there were 13 instructors which got made in my 5 years of my command. When I say this, the numbers, they matter. And then this point, please understand, it is not only for Amazon. Wherever you are giving an interview, get the data points. That will help the person to understand. Right? After that, of course, all these 5 interviews take place, 4 to 5 interviews. उससे पहले एक phone interview होगा, that is a telephonic screening round. So that will be taken by the hiring manager. He or she is going to take it, and thereafter these particular 4 to 5 rounds take place. These rounds are independent of the first, second, and third and fourth. So every particular person is taking on his or her own. After that, they will sit on a debrief, judge, okay, what is your view, what are your views, and what are your views. That's an internal thing which we have. Okay, and thereafter it is a yes or a no, or a path, that particular thing. Keep it for Amazon. For the other companies, it varies. So somebody may have, okay, the first round only you are out, the second round is not required only, or maybe the second round, first, second, third, fourth. So every company has their own ways of doing it. Remember the star method of addressing thing. And whenever you are telling about yourself, if I ask somebody, tell me something about yourself in a gist, I'll tell you an example. एक का ना मैंने CV पढ़ा था, उसमें लिखा था कि killed 1 or 2 militants here and there. Doesn't make sense at all here. Does it make sense? It doesn't. Okay. So we all have done it. We would have done it, and wherever, whichever operation which we were there. Finished. Okay. The way you have to project how how you're going to correlate with your professional journey, professional defense forces journey with the corporate. I was speaking to Vipul in the evening today, and then we had a discussion. As a young lieutenant, when I got commissioned, so my CO told me, Taro, there are 600 people odd in the 600 men in the unit. I want you to make a diary of and write down each and everybody's name, and from where they come and all those things. That was my first step of leading my team. That was my first step of HR, I'll say. I understood what are the pain points from whichever place they were coming at. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is something which I tell to the people who are with whom I'm interacting. Then they understand कि okay, फौज के अंदर HR यहाँ से शुरू हो गया था. His interaction with people started then. His employee engagement started then. That is the time he was doing it. Then slowly, once he became a major, he started commanding a battery. He started commanding troops. When he went into the Rashtriya Rifles, that is the time, I tell you, okay, we were leading from front. There was a trust behind. And over here, the trust really matters. भाई वहां पे ट्रस्ट आप करोगे तो किसी की जान जा सकती है. So these are the things which when you start correlating these things, It helps you. I am an instructor tenure. So, coaching, it was more on the coaching part. So not only giving the physical attributes, helping them out grow up physically, it was giving the right values, the right, virtues to the gentlemen cadets to become the future officers into the Indian Army. Having said that, there are some decisions which you have to take. There are some harsh decisions also which we all of would have taken. We would have taken some decisions on, punishments being given to our men, which we would have given. And at the same time, we have given back to the people who are doing well. We all would have done it. So that makes us the balanced people leader. And here in corporate also, this is something what is required to be done. We cannot be ना कि और फौज का discipline बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. हम अपने जवान को बोलेंगे, किसी को भी बोलेंगे, he or she, I'm sorry, the she's also started coming, sorry, in Javans. So they start working on it, right? They have that particular discipline, sense of discipline over there. But here you have to, if somebody is not performing, if somebody is not coming up to the mark, don't we take the chance? Don't we put them in their confidential report? The similarly things which we need to do it over here also. So put it in that particular fashion. Sorry, Vipul, I also spoke about Amazon, but about the other companies also, how the interview.
Thank you so much for that offer of help also, sir. And I'm grateful you could spare time, guide people, and provide these nuggets of wisdom. Thank you so much, sir.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind.